Hi, my name is Andy Richter, and I feel resentful that it took me to be on Dancing with the Stars for Conan O'Brien to remember that I'm his friend.
Oh, and I'm not offended at all that there's a hitch in your voice after Conan because you were searching for my last name.
Right.
After we've known each other since the summer of 1993.
I know.
After Conan O'Connell.
Yeah, it's just because it's just an Irish thing.
I understand.
They all look alike.
I'm
going to keep it.
This is a very special episode.
Yes.
Where we talk about kleptomania. No, this is a very special episode because you're on Dancing with the Stars. I am fascinated with what goes on at these reality shows, and this is one of the big ones. And I know I brought in. I wouldn't even allow. I fired Matt Gourley, and I brought in. I brought in David Hopping because David loves all reality shows.
Well, something good has already come from this.
He's not.
Fuck you, Gourley.
Yeah. Oops. Who's gonna force James Bond into the conversation? Me talking to an A-list star. I understand you just had a battle with cancer. Yeah. The third James Bond?
Yeah.
Terrence Billick?
Yeah. The Tropic of Cancer was an alternate title for Moonbreaker.
It was originally Jawbreaker about a candy, but they changed it. Listen.
Yes.
You're going to listen to me.
I am.
We have been good friends and Confederates. I like to use the word Confederates.
Yes. We've been involved in many heists.
It's my secret Confederate, Andy Richter. We've known each other a long time. You're doing this. You're doing this show, and we can talk about other things as well. But I brought you in here because I said, get me Andy Richter, and they said he doesn't want to come on.
Oh,
and then
that's not true.
We met your.
I'm here twice a week.
I know you're here all the time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But anyway, I want to know, first of all, I was watching you do your routine the other night, and I was thinking, I couldn't remember all of that. I just couldn't remember. I would go, my mind would go blank. Whenever I've had to do any choreography, I've told them, you need to keep it to 3 moves.
Yeah.
Like I'm an old pony.
Andy Richter Controls the Universe.
Yeah.
They had, and it was I objected to it because I just thought it was kind of hacky and overdone. They had a fantasy musical sequence that they wanted to break into. And I was like, really? Okay. And they said, yeah, we're going to have it and it'll be choreographed dancing. And I said, just because I was exploiting being number 1 on the call sheet, I was like, I will come in at the end and do jazz hands, but I will not do anything else. Because anytime I had to learn choreography, Hulk smash, I'd get so mad, like,
Oh, I've seen Hulk smash.
Yeah. And I'd get so furious because I couldn't get it from here to there.
Yeah.
And also, Jen, my wife, reminded me that on our wedding, she said, like, well, what about our dance together? And I was like, shortest song possible. And that was there was no, like, let's go to Arthur Murray and learn something. I was like, no, I don't want all those eyes on us for that long.
So don't you feel, I know you're not.
You went on Dancing with the Stars.
I know.
That's what I'm thinking right now is that there is a God and he watched all that and said, he shall go on Dancing with the Stars.
Here's your hubris. It's an email from your agent. Yeah. Oh, no. In April, I got an email about doing it, about being, here's your invitation to be on Dancing with the Stars. And I was home at the time. It was in the morning. And honest to God, my first reaction was, turn it down and don't tell anyone. Like, don't let anyone know that I've been asked. Because they'd be like, why wouldn't you do it? And it's like, because, crabby baby does not want to be pushed out of his comfort zone, basically, is the long and short of it. But of course, like within 2 seconds, I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
It looks like fun.
It is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm 58 years old. I got problem knees. All kinds of stuff going on. As a side note,
just who should be dancing on television.
Yes, exactly. And also too, what's even better is that like, this was April, I said yes, and then in July, they figured out what all the leg pain and stuff had been going on is because I need a hip replacement.
Oh wow!
So I need a new left hip, but And I was like, hey, the minute I was like, I'm supposed to be doing Dancing with the Stars, which was a violation of the NDA, and I could have been fired to tell my doctors. But they're like, yeah, you should be all right. And I got like some kind of injection that was supposed to sort of help, and it did help. But like, this is like a big bon voyage to my old arthritic hip.
You know what I think? Because this is what comes to mind. Because I'm always trying to game the system, and I very much want you to do well on this show. You've got judges that are looking at you.
Yes.
And I think you should begin every number with us. There's a silhouette of someone walking out, and it's your orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
And he has actual imaging of your decrepit hip.
On the big screen.
On the big screen.
It's my MRI.
It's your MRI, and he says, as you can see here, there's the flaring of the joint where the bone slips into the socket, and we've lost too much calcium there. It's cracked.
Right.
And so this man, and that should be like a golf handicap.
Absolutely.
They should add 15 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, instead of the tape package about me and Emma practicing, it should just be like, his hip bone has always, or his femur has always had an impingement, which means that it's not spherical, it's egg-shaped. So his entire life, it's been like building up and like bone on bone rubbing against each other.
But also, he should be your surgeon should be doing commentary as you're dancing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a major load-bearing move.
Mm-hmm.
The pain he's reaching now would be at least an 8.
Yeah.
If 10 is visibly uncomfortable, he's at an 8. Right now, he's at a 9. Now he's at a 2.
He's just twirling around the dance floor.
Yeah, twirling. And I mean, do you think about it? You'd be a hero.
I just am like powering through it, and it does. I do take solace in the fact that like the people who are much younger than me, which is everybody, but the ones that are even much younger than me in their 20s are like, my legs hurt, my knees hurt. I go home and just ache, and I certainly do. At night, it's like I lay in bed and it just hurts, So it's just lots of Advil and ice, and that's it, know. But I didn't want to do it, but then I thought, no, I need to do this. I need to do this, like, just to get moving, and it got me to go to the gym and do cardio, which I loathe. Started to do a lot more stretching just to kind of prepare myself. And then, like, the week before I met my partner, I was like having stress dreams. Right. I was just dreading it and just felt like crap for the whole week before, just like kind of crabby to my family and stuff. But I signed up for it. I was going to do it. Was terrified that I was going to get injured, that I just wouldn't be able to do it, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be able to remember all that. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And then would have to, like, pull out and be embarrassed, as one is when one pulls out. And
I didn't think you'd go there.
I did, though.
I thought, nope, Andy's. I would do it. I thought of it, and you know what? I thought of it, and I let it go.
Oh,
that's how low this is.
That is bad.
Thought of it and pulled down. Sounds like my wedding night. Pulled out, and I was embarrassed.
You still did it.
I did it afterwards.
I know.
So now I win.
Oh.
Right, exactly.
I'm
guilty and you're innocent?
That's right. Enjoy your jail while I get on my victory yacht. This is all happening in my head.
Yeah. But then I luckily was paired with just a sweet angel of a ballroom dancer named
her name
Emma
is
Slater.
Emma Slater. She seems lovely.
She's fantastic. And there were so many people around there, like from promo people to security guards to different people, like stagehands were like, oh, you got the best one.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Because she is just so much fun. And you rehearse 4 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to bring up something that I think is your secret weapon.
Yeah.
Which is you've been making these videos, and Emma Slater is in a bunch of them.
She's the Cecil B. DeMille of our TikTok presence.
We've been doing a bunch of videos, and I started looking at your videos. I don't know how to access these things.
Right.
And then
No,
David
I know. Someone showed them to you.
David brought me this.
Your dog.
My dog brought me what's, I think, called an e-phone. But I was looking at it, and I was like, Andy's really funny, and he's making these funny videos, which you did at our late night show thousands of times. and I'm looking at you just be super funny. And I was like, oh, this is great. I mean, if you didn't even get to do the rest, if they somehow said, no, we're canceling the dancing part, you're just going to make these videos, I think this is a home run.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, I went into the thing, as I said, dreading it, but still resolved to be open, resolved to saying yes, resolved to being compliant, and which is really in these days. But I started.
I will not have political commentary on this show. Back to how much Advil you're having, and what kind of inflammation you're suffering from. This is a medical show, not a political show.
But so I started doing the rehearsals with Emma, and it was like Hulk smash was there. Like she was trying to just show me like the basic steps, and I'd watch her do it and then try to do it myself. And it really was like I couldn't do it. But then slowly, with repetition and commitment and dedication to not just throwing a fit and running out, it's like the wiring starts to be built up, whether it's like wiring that was there that was like somehow crusted over. Like it's now, we're going from the first dance into the second dance, and from a cha-cha to a tango.
Ooh.
And it's much easier to learn the second one. And I'm assuming it's going to be easier to learn the third one, God willing and America willing. If you people vote me off, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah.
I always find
Yeah.
that if you want people to vote for you, it's really good to threaten them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You should do it on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you better. You better. I know who you are.
The doctor can also do that part.
The doctor can do that part. Yeah.
My partner on Tuesday, because Bruno, the one of the judges, gave me a 4. And they mentioned it.
4 out of what?
4 out of 10.
Right.
It was. I tied with Corey Feldman for the lowest score. But I'm like, I'm 30 years older than fucking everybody. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Right.
But when we were up in the skybox with Julianne afterwards, and they gave the scores, and he gave a 4, and everybody in the place went boo, and I went, yeah, get him. And she said, no one has ever done that.
Get him.
Never done that before. Like told the crowd, yeah, get the judge.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay.
You always know what to say in those situations. It's funny, you brought that up, and you always know what to say in the right situation. And I remember one time we were in this studio, and, we're in 30 Rock.
Yeah.
And we're in our studio, and there's no windows or anything. And suddenly the power went out, and the lights went out, and it went like pretty black. It just was like the lights went out, went black. And Andy, without missing a second, went, my pearls. In like old 1930s movie.
My pearls.
My pearls have been stolen. Yeah, but you just said, my pearls. And that's what comes to mind now with you saying, get him. Those are the things that are just going to come out of you. There's nothing that can be done.
No, it's like it's not like I sit around going like, now when the lights go out, remember, say my pearls.
Right.
It just comes out.
Yeah.
So you slowly, and that's why I said to you, I did slowly learn it, and I did slowly kind of get a handle on it, and you would be able to do it. But, but it is like, I wouldn't be doing this for fun.
Right.
I'm doing this because I got hired to do it, and it's a good, I've said this too over there. A lot of, a lot of these people, they're reality stars or they're, athletes and things. And it's like, for me, this is a TV job. I take all different kinds of TV jobs. I've been on all different kinds of TV, and I'm doing basically the same thing in all of them. But I mean, not so much when I'm acting, but certainly with these kind of live and live-ish shows, I know, like, okay, I understand how all this works. I understand how it's put together.
Right.
And I'm here to serve a purpose of adding fun and value to this production.
Right.
Like we'd be doing, these rehearsals, and in some of them she'd be like, you got to sell it more. And I was like, honey, don't worry about me selling stuff. It's like when we get there, we'll get there. And I know when to like,
you turn it on.
Make the faces and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not going to waste the faces when we're doing it for the 17th time on, Thursday.
Right.
So we went into the camera rehearsal on Monday, and I saw a tape of it. And what I thought was given them the camera version of selling it, I realized was nothing. It didn't look like anything. So I was like, oh, okay, tomorrow,
Bigger.
got to really go big, big, big. Without my older daughter did say, Dad, don't smile too much. She's like, don't, and I know what she means.
Well, she's probably saying, because then you're not you. Andy Richter doesn't walk around.
She's kind of saying that, but you also have seen people, on
They
TV.
give that.
Yeah.
They give the 10,000 megawatt.
Yeah, like Lawrence Welk dancers. Like they always were grinning like I don't know,
Right.
like they were in the afterglow.
I think he would shock them if they didn't. He had a big generator out back.
Oh.
So how scary is it, when you're standing there and you're in silhouette and you're facing away from the camera and this music's kicking in? Is it fight or flight kind of stuff?
No, it wasn't. That
Can you redo it if something goes horribly wrong?
No, it's live. It is really, truly live.
It's live.
That's scary.
And in fact, they give you a little talk beforehand that and I mean, the director was like, if you're hurt, keep going, unless you're really hurt, and then you'll put your hand up, and then I'll cut away from you. But if you hurt yourself or fall, he's like, I want to keep the camera on you, and I'm gonna keep the camera on you. He said, but if you're really hurt, raise your hand, and then I'll know to cut away to somebody else.
They cut to someone being sawn in half.
Yeah.
Somebody eating a human hand.
Yeah.
But one day, about a week before, all 4 couples that were there at that point, we all did our dance for each other. They call it a show and tell. And it was Baron Davis, Jen Affleck, Danielle Fishel, and me. So it's NBA All-Star, a reality star, one of the Mormon housewives. Danielle was on Boy Meets World and was like everybody's teenage crush, and me. And so it's people from different accomplished backgrounds all being scared kids in front of each other, doing this thing for the first time for somebody other than just their partner. And it felt like everyone, we all cheer for each other. When they were all done cheering, I said, I feel like I've joined a cult.
Yeah.
Because my heart was singing and I was just like, I did it.
Yeah.
And somebody said, now you're going to have to do that in front of the studio audience and on TV in front of people. And I kind of felt like, well, this was the bubble being burst. I did it here. And so okay, now I did it right. And I did it, that's the thing. Did I do it right? Did I screw it up? Did I forget anything? And no, I didn't. So I was sort of already ready. And then you get to the ballroom and you have all day Monday where you run it a bunch of times. And then Tuesday, you're in that thing from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. because afterwards there's all kinds of press and stuff to do. So by the time it's my turn to dance, I was 12 out of 14. I was just let's get this over with. And I'd been in the room all day, so I was comfortable in the room and comfortable in front of the people. So it was kind of just it wasn't hard. And I knew that I knew what I was doing. There is a moment of hope I remember everything, but other than that, it's just and I do love Emma so much, and we do have so much fun together, and she's been so nice and so supportive that I'm also not alone in it. She and I have been cooking up these things for people and then making silly TikToks on the side. So it's all pretty fun,
Is there a way to harm anyone else that you're competing against?
Oh, no.
And because this is where my head would go. And I don't mean physically harm them, although if there's an idea for that, we'll take it. What I mean is there any way to get in their head or somehow sabotage them, or that's not cool?
The only thing I've been doing is lead in lunches.
Yeah.
Just
good.
a little bit of lead in different lunches.
Yeah, but it does. It's been proven, and your doctor will tell you this. It slows down the neural responses.
Yeah.
Oh, I would give them the poops.
What's that?
I would do something with their lunch and give them the poops.
Give them the diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they're all wearing really tight costumes.
Oh, so you want it to happen
on live TV?
I do.
On live TV.
Right.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah, but then...
but lead is good. Let's do long-term
Yeah.
things.
Well, lead is kind of funnier because they just can't. Their brain isn't working right.
Right.
And this is long-term damage. Do you know what I mean?
It's long-term.
Oh, absolutely.
The
Yeah.
poops, they're over
Yeah,
it
yeah.
tomorrow. You
I
guys
know.
are talking about like permanently impairing these
But
people.
are you, if you shit on TV in front of millions of people, would you be over it the next day?
No,
Oh,
that would
no.
scar you for
Yeah.
life.
But
true.
you
Whereas
get a
long-term-
sympathy vote.
No, people would be
No.
just so horrified by the whole thing.
Nobody relates to pooping.
Yeah.
Would they have to raise their hand to cut the camera?
Yeah.
Got a camera!
Yeah.
No!
And when the director
Stay
yells
up
out,
here.
"What's wrong?" The poops!
It's a coming!
It's not coming. They would zoom in.
And then just cut your studio audience. It's a crane shot from outside the studio at ABC, and people are just streaming out, running for their lives.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Sona, for bringing it around.
I'm
you know,
helping.
No.
We
Okay.
did say one of the stars, and y'all can look up whoever it is, just gave birth like 4 weeks ago, and we have been making jokes about, like the strength of pelvic floor and
Oh boy.
and is there urine being sprayed around during tosses and things.
This is the stuff I wanted to get to. Andy,
Well, I also will tell you too. I mean,
this is the good stuff.
dancers are like very physically oriented, and like there's not a lot
Earthy.
of body shame. Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's something almost kind of like animal. It's like where
Mm-hmm.
it's just a bunch of like beautiful, incredible animals that are doing animally things, jumping and leaping, and
Right.
And there's no sort of there's just like very little sort of personal boundaries. And,
Well,
like,
they're athletes. They're just great
absolutely athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And also you're holding on to somebody through this whole thing. There's a lot of physical contact, especially because like Eastern Europeans, it's just another sport. It's just another, you can be a gymnast, or you could be a soccer player, or you can be a ballroom dancer. And it is incredibly, athletic and sporty. It is. It's, it's all competition. So
Lay it out for me. This is going to come out when next? In a couple days. Okay, this is coming out 6 days from now. So what's your next hurdle? What's it going to be? What's coming up that you have to overcome in order to stay on what I call DWTS?
wow, that was good.
Like it took,
You look like
it
you
took
really,
longer. I think
yeah.
it took
really
longer.
thought
I'm going to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah.
I had a lead burger this morning. So I'm doing pretty well.
We'll have a pizza, lead pizza, please.
Instead of the pepperoni, giant lead
Just
coins.
Wait, what was the question?
I don't know.
What's next?
Me.
Oh, what's next?
Yeah.
We are doing a tango to It's Raining Men,
Okay.
which will have already happened. And I don't,
But as we're speaking right now, how many days out are you from that?
this is Thursday and that'll be Tuesday.
Okay.
And you said this is airing Wednesday.
Right.
So my fate will have been decided by America then. But I mean, I kind of feel like I'm remaining very hopeful that I'll stick around for a little bit, because I do think like it's a TV show, and when people are voting, and also, I mean, I am again relying so much on Emma's online presence and her sort of military campaign to get people to vote for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll stick around because I do kind of feel like it is a TV show, and the question isn't like, who's the dancer? It's like, who do you want to see in the TV show is ultimately what it ends up being. Like,
Right.
if you're going to watch this show next week, who do you want to see in the TV show if somebody has to go? And like one of the EPs said at one point, and it struck me, was they're asking you to vote for your favorite dancer, not the best dancer, the favorite dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be whatever it means to anybody watching and anybody taking the trouble to vote, which the voting is weird. And I guess I knew this, but I didn't understand it. You only vote while the show is on live, which is from 8 to 10 on the East Coast, 7 to 9 in Midwest. So that also means here, you got to vote from 5 to 7. You got to vote 3 hours before the show airs in order to have your vote count. So if you're watching it on ABC or Disney Plus or whatever here in Los Angeles, when you're watching it in the tape delay, you can't vote. So it's like for people on the West Coast and in Mountain Time, if they want to vote, they're voting based on their preference from last week, sorta, I guess, because you don't know what the dance is.
I thought you were going to reveal that there's like an electoral college too.
No,
Oh my God.
no.
In some states, there's
Yeah, but like
people have more electors, and
Yeah.
I was doing interviews today. We rehearsed and then I did interviews, and they were saying like it's a double elimination on Tuesday. How do you feel about that? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, what can I do? I did as much as I could, and I'll do as much as I can, which is
until every other dancer has diarrhea.
That's
You
right.
have not done
Thank
all
you.
that you can do.
Yeah.
on
You
board
came
now?
on. You
That's
came
right.
on to the
Right.
diarrhea
I
train.
have come around.
Every
Come
other
on, all aboard.
Every other dancer's family remains unthreatened. I have not done enough, or remain. No, well,
Can always do
you get
more.
it.
Conan
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can take care of
We
it.
can take care of this.
You
take care of the diarrhea. I've got some very soft Roman lead. It's from the piping in Rome that brought down the empire. And I am going to be sprinkling that in the other dancers' burritos.
You know what I
A
was
lot of
thinking about?
burritos backstage.
I was thinking about if I ever saw you do any choreographed dance, and I remembered your K-pop video and how you couldn't really get it.
What do you mean I couldn't get it? I
You
killed
couldn't.
that thing.
I don't know.
What do you mean I couldn't
remember?
get it,
Weren't
Blake?
you there? He was having trouble. He kept on like. I feel like you kept forgetting how to do the string dance.
I think I will say I think you did great in the K-pop video, but you did do an Irish dance where you kicked a girl in the face.
You did kick a girl in the face.
Well, first of all, she had I don't know.
What's more Irish
you're
than
gonna
that?
blame her?
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm
blame
just
her.
saying she had a little bit of an attitude beforehand.
See, Irish.
That's how the Irish take care of things.
Yeah,
No, there is footage of me accidentally kicking
Yes.
a young girl in the head.
I remember that.
And then we showed it again and again in slow motion. I did bring her out on in front of a massive crowd at the
Yeah.
Chicago Theater and kicked her again. Such a good prank.
Yeah.
Andy, we wish you well.
Thank you.
And we're rooting for you. How can people vote for Andy and Emma?
They can vote for us, and again, you have to do it Pacific 5 to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, East Coast 8 to 10 on Tuesdays, and that is your window for voting. And you can text Andy, ANDY, it's with a Y, to 21523, and you can do that 10 times per couple, per method of voting. The other way to vote is online to DWTS Vote, DWTSvote.abc.com.
Wow.
And there again, you can vote 10 times per couple. So you don't have to vote all for us, but you'd be an idiot not to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, good luck.
Thank you.
Keep enjoying it because that's key. And take care of yourself.
I am.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just worried about your hip exploding mid-dance.
No. It'll be fine. And the doctor said, I did say like, yeah, but do I have to, I just said like, am I going to have to worry about like it snapping at some point? It's like, no, you'll be fine.
Yeah. What does he know?
I know.
I know you. You didn't go to the best doctor.
I did. It's a
You
mobile clinic.
You tore a
It's
piece of
in a
paper off a
van.
lamppost.
Yeah. Need a new hip?
And I teach bass guitar.
reupholstery? Yeah. I'm saving that for January. That'll be my big New Year's present to myself is a new hip.
Right.
But everybody says that it's a wonderful thing to get done.
Sure.
That you heal up real well, it lasts forever, and the consistent thing that everybody says is, I wish I'd done it sooner. So
yeah.
I'm not somebody when there's like a medical thing that needs to be done, I'm like, do it. I'm not avoidant in that sense. It's like, oh, okay, yes.
I'm that way too. I'm not a guy that's like, you're 90% blocked in your heart. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Now
I've got a mountain to climb and liquid cheese to eat. Once I'm done with my cheese-a-thon on the Matterhorn, maybe I'll come back and see you. All right, Andy Richter, onward and upward.
Thank you.